It's hero time! Hello everyone, it's Leo, and in this video I'm going to talk about episode 7 from Hirogaru's PreCure, a very simple and laid-back episode which was super adorable, and in it we could see a lot from Sora that I loved. And one thing I really am enjoying about this show is that it's taking its time to let Sora adapt to the new world she is in. They're not rushing her position in on Earth. She comes from a totally different society and she is still learning to adapt and to become functional on our society, or actually in Japanese society or Sorashido's society. And I am loving the pacing that the show is taking, the approach the show is taking. It's very nice. And this was, as I said, a very simple episode. I don't think this video is going to be very long, so let's talk about it. I found it super adorable the way that the show portrayed the moment in which Sora dressed up as a student for the first time, and when she was praised by Mashiro, she was flustered, and she was very like, her cheeks were all red. I'm like, oh my god, they're so married. I just love them so much together. It's so cute. And the way they left and went to school, the bird is always watching. That bird, baby, he is always watching them. It's so funny. And I love that shot of both of them going to school. It feels very PreCure to me. It feels like it's a staple type of art that PreCure does in lots of seasons, lots of promotional images. You know, I just love that artwork. So when they get to school, there is this preoccupation that Sora cannot mention Skyland. So she goes and she tries to make ways of not talking about it. Yo-Yo found a way to say that she is from a Scandinavian country that sounds similar to Skyland, so that's a very easy way of opting out of a conversation. But, you know, Sora isn't able to do that. We've seen that before with Ageha. Even Sora recognizes that she is always telling the truth. And baby, this is something that you're gonna have to learn in life, because you cannot always tell the truth in every single situation. You know, as we grow older, we start to understand that. And that is one thing that I liked about this episode, which is Sora started learning things about herself. Sora started noticing that every time that she tries to diminish herself or change herself, it wouldn't be as enjoyable as it could be if she were her. And she was at school because she wanted to make friends. She wants to be friends with everybody, but she was always trying to hide. She was always trying to, you know, cover herself, to not call attention, to not attract attention, so that she wouldn't talk about Skyland. And because of that, Mashiro started to notice that something was wrong with Sora. She started to notice that Sora wasn't really being the Sora that Mashiro knows. And Mashiro is the first friend that Sora's ever had. Mashiro knows a lot about her already. Mashiro knows the way Sora is. And when people called Sora shy, Mashiro found that very weird. And Sora agreed with that. Mashiro found that very weird. I loved that conversation. And then we had the sports scene, which was super funny. It's very nice how Sora cannot control herself when she is a hero. Like, when she needs to be a hero, she cannot control herself. And that situation from the sports moment ended up connecting Kabaton to the episode in a very funny way. Kabaton is such a star. I just love him so much. And then Sora says that she really wants to make friends with lots of people, but that thing of hiding herself is hindering her process. And then Mashiro takes her to the roof of the school, and then they have a very heartfelt talk. At that moment, Mashiro also shares that she had a hard time being herself, and she couldn't connect with people. She couldn't be at ease around people. And then she went to the roof of the school, and then she looked at the sakura tree, which is a tree that's been there since the school has opened, so it's probably been a long time. And she felt at ease, and then she was able to be herself a little more. And I found that part of the episode a little weird because I felt like I wanted more from Mashiro at that moment, meaning I wanted to understand how that tree helped her. Did that ease her mind? Did that make her think of something else? What helped Mashiro overcome her hardships? What in that tree made her, or in that scenery, or what happened on the roof that could help her more? I feel like the episode could have explored that a little better because I couldn't understand. I have my interpretation of that. I feel like when she got into the roof and looked at the sakura tree, she felt at ease, and that helped her calm down and become herself and not be stressed over the social situation she was in. But that is my interpretation. I wanted to see the show's take on this, and I feel like we were left longing. But what I think the episode did very nicely is showing that people around Sora were interested in the real Sora. Not in the Sora that she was fabricating, but in the actual person that Sora is. The other classmates were super impressed by her sports abilities, and after that she understood that she had to be who she is. So she made a new introduction. People accepted her, people welcomed her at school, and that was also very cute. I really liked that. I loved that scene, to be honest. It's so nice making friends. It's so nice getting to know other people. And I feel like the best thing is when other people accept the way you are. It's when other people actually see you and understand you and don't want to make you change the way you are with them. You know, that's one of the things I like the most about friendships, is feeling at ease with people around you. I absolutely love that. And I feel like that's what happened at that scene. People accepted her and they even gave her a nickname, Hirogaru. That is so cute. And the way that is said really sounds like Hirogaru. Very nice. A super nice pun. And then we have Kabaton's inclusion in the episode. So I love the idea that Kabaton is a student, but kind of like this delinquent student who is eating everything. Kabaton, I get it. I understand it, baby. And I would do the same thing. You know, if there were lots of delicious foods at school, I would do the same thing. And then when Kabaton, when we were able to actually see Kabaton, and the girls quickly understood it was him. And then when we saw him, he had a delicious party moment, didn't he? He had a run moment, you know, because he was daydreaming about the melon bread he was eating, but then Mashiro burst his bubble by saying there was no actual melon in that bread. Mashiro, you are so cruel. But still, I love that moment, and I also love the fact that Kabaton, when he was hit by that ball that was thrown by Sora, he went after it. He wanted to know who the person was, who did it to him. And Kabaton, you're right, baby. You have to do it. I just love Kabaton so much. And then the fighting scene started. Definitely an improvement compared to the last episode, episode 6. I feel like the fighting scene of this episode was nice because we could see the girls doing lots of different moves. Prism using lots of her powers, of her beams, and that is very nice. And I love the way she moves. You know, her body language during fights is so cool. And also Kiriskai going all physical, very, very nice. And that is one thing I like seeing in PreCure fights. You know, I like seeing the girls not only run around, which they did, but they didn't only run around. You know, they fought, they used powers, they created little techniques to win against the landlord. And that is nice. That was a nice moment. And the way they ran on the buildings, that was very cool. That reminded me a little bit of Cure March and also Sailor Venus in Sailor Moon Crystal. In the first season of Sailor Moon Crystal, she was also able to do that. That was very cool. And then they were able to defeat Denbor, Kabaton ran away, and Sora finally feels at ease, and she is accepted by her friends at school. People like her, people want to spend time with her and Mashiro. And that is very lovely, you know, that I feel like Sora is now being able to experience a different life. She doesn't need to be a hero only. She can be other things. And she can become someone who she's never been before. Yes, she is being a good hero, but she's also experiencing life as Sora now. And I really like that. I actually love it, you know? I'm very happy for her, so that's a very cute thing. So, this was my view on episode 7. Now let's talk about the Hero Corner. My Hero Corner for episode 7 was Kabaton's Delicious Party scene. I loved that. One of the things that Delicious Party did that was always very funny and entertaining to watch was Ran's daydreams about food. I loved all of her scenes. If you haven't watched Delicious Party, there was a character, one of the main characters of the show, who is called Ran, and she always daydreamed about food. You know, every time she was eating something, she was always trying to explain what she was feeling while eating, and she explained it in the most bizarre but iconic way possible. And even though Kabaton didn't go that extra step, I feel like they were trying to kind of mimic what they did with Dan in Delicious Party, and that was very nice. That was my favorite moment of this episode. I just love it. And I love how Kabaton is a fashion icon. He's always wearing something different. I'm all for it. Anyways, what was your Hero Corner from episode 7? Please leave in the comments. Let's keep talking about it. And next week, baby, we are going to see a new character. Are you excited for the bird? I am very excited for the bird. And there's going to be a UFO next episode. Is that Kabaton's UFO? Are they like ETs? What is going on? Is that Katy Perry in the background that I hear? Kiss me. Kiss. Anyways, I just want to take this little time to thank the members of the Magical Cinnamon channel. If you are a member, thank you very much for your support. I really appreciate it. And if you've watched up to now, thank you so much as well. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.